Hello, my name is Bob Nolting. I'm here at Sandburg High School talking to an amazing Eagle, Nicole Bertocchi. She is a special education teacher here, and she's known to have a really amazing impact on the students she works with, but also her colleagues. Tell us a little bit more about just the day-to-day work that you do with the students that you have.
Yeah, so I'm in 4 co-taught in freshman English classes. So our day-to-day looks just like a lot of collaboration, differentiation of our instruction, and I also teach a instructional freshman English class. So I have my own class of students with IEPs that I teach, pretty much taking the curriculum from the co-taught setting and making it what it is, at a slower pace for my students in the instructional setting. So my day-to-day is busy, it's fun. I'm all in the freshman English department every single day. I've been teaching English for the past 8 years, so I feel like I'm pretty well versed in knowing the content. So my day-to-day is really just making interactions with my kiddos and doing what they need to adapt to fit their needs. I've taught English in the special ed realm for 8 years.
What drew you to work with kids with special needs?
So I always knew I wanted to be a teacher, like from the youngest age. I loved playing teacher and being the teacher. And then I went to Lincoln Way North High School, and we had the adaptive PE program. I had the adaptive PE class, and I really got a chance to work with my peers. And I didn't know what I wanted to do, and Mrs. Vallejo, she was actually my PE teacher at that time for adaptive PE, really opened my eyes, like this is what I wanted to do. And since then I was like, yep, I hit the ground running. I enrolled into Illinois State University, and I knew that I wanted to be a special education teacher.
So it's clear that people around you see the validity of your work, see the impact of your work. How do you get that from the students? How do you pull that out that, you know what, something's working here, something's making a difference?
Rapport is what really matters to the kids. And if you don't have those relationships with them, then they're not going to do the things you want them to do, and you need to find ways to make things be engaging. So I always try to make a flip on things, like, yeah, maybe we're not loving Romeo and Juliet right now. How can we make this fun? Like, let's get characters involved. Let's get stage directors. Let's get up and read parts. So I just find that if we can make things interactive for our kids based on how do they like to learn? How do they respond to certain, strategies I've used? That's really what's gotten my students to, feel the value in what they do, and I think they actually appreciate it, even though sometimes it might be challenging.
So you, as we were talking before we started shooting, you came from another place before you got here.
Yeah.
How was the transition working from one high school district to a different one? What makes Sandburg a special place for you to be at now?
I really love the environment of the 4-year high school. That's something that I didn't get before, and I really feel like the spirit, and you get to see the progression of your students from freshman year to senior year. Also, something that I feel like is really celebrated here is everyone's cultures. And I feel like depending on the community and the location and the students, you don't always get that where you go. And one thing that I really enjoyed this year was the cultural diversity performances. That was amazing. My students were super proud of their work. They were like, did you see me out there? So that's just something that I really, really valued being here. And I'm like, yeah, this is my community. These are my students. They take ownership and pride in being here.
Advice-wise, what would you give to a teacher either entering the profession in general or specifically here at Sandburg?
Have an open mindset, because I think the day-to-day mundane tasks of things can get overwhelming at times, and to put a positive flip on it. Like, how can I come in and make a difference? We all have things going on in our lives, and work can be stressful, lives can be stressful, but how can I just come in today and make a impact, or make someone smile, makes everyone else feel like, okay, I can get through this, because we all are going through things every day.
Hello, my name is Bob Nolting. I'm Superintendent of District 230 here at Sandburg High School, talking to an amazing senior Eagle, Luis Zaragoza Robles. So Luis, thank you for coming and joining us. The reason we're talking to you is you've been nominated by a couple of your teachers for really kind of exemplifying what it means to be an Eagle. So tell us a little bit about your journey as a Sandburg student, academically or beyond.
Well, first throughout my freshman and sophomore year, I really didn't do as well because it was like a very difficult time in my life. A lot of very personal stuff happened, so I didn't really focus a lot on like studies. It's only until my like junior year when I'm like got myself together. I'm like, all right, for this school thing, all right, let's go, gotta do it.
Okay.
So from my junior year, I did everything that I could to do the best, and it got me pretty far.
I'm sorry that you had to go through something when you were younger, and I don't want you to divulge any of that. But what do you think the snap that you kind of said that changed your perspective on, you know what, I got to get myself moving in high school to be successful?
It was my mom. She always encouraged me for everything. She was always there to help me out.
Okay.
She is the most precious person that I have. I really love my mom.
Now you got me tearing up. So your two teachers, Miss Boyle and Miss McCall, for the ones that nominated you, they're very, very proud of you. What do you think you've done in their classroom to make them that proud?
Speaking out,
Okay.
like being able to talk to other people. During my freshman and sophomore year, I was a very shut-in person.
Okay.
I didn't want to like tell other people what's going on, or like I really didn't interact with a lot of people. But once I got into that class and they did this thing that they called it a fishbowl,
Mm-hmm.
and it got me talking with other people, opening myself up a little more. So I'm very grateful for that. They helped me. They helped me gain a little more self-esteem and a little bit more communication skills. I'm very grateful for the teachers.
Yeah. You got a lot of pretty cool people in your life, it sounds like. So, given your experience, because that's a unique experience, right? You know, we see some kids come in, rock stars, end as rock stars, or kids struggle from the beginning and struggle till the end. You kind of flipped the script. How would you tell incoming freshmen to be able to be that successful, even if you don't start off fast, if you want to call it that?
I would say just focus on one goal. Focus on something that you want, something you wanted to accomplish, and do everything in your power to get there. That's the thing that keeps me ongoing.
That focus, right?
Yes.
That's awesome. All right. What's life going to look like for you after when you graduate from here? What are your plans?
Well, I'm thinking of starting my own company.
Really?
Yes, with my dad.
Okay.
We're gonna do a remodeling company. I remodel homes, do concrete, roofing, flooring, carpet.
Okay. Do you do that now?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so you work in that field now?
Yes, I did it since I was like 5.
Oh, wow. Okay. Are you taking any of those classes here, or is it just something that you learned
Yes, I'm
through at home?
taking math and construction and like
Alright.
adjust my skills a little more.
So that's awesome. So you're just going to graduate, try to start that business with dad, and make a lot of money and do a lot of good things for a lot of people, huh?
Yes, sir.
That's a pretty good plan. That's a pretty good plan. One thing that you love about Sandburg that you're going to miss about Sandburg?
I'll say my teachers. I made a very good connection with a lot of my teachers. They were the ones to help me grow. They were there when I needed them to be. I'm really miss my teachers.
That's awesome. I really appreciate you giving us time. It was a great story, and I'm proud of you for doing what you did to kind of make that transition, and I'm thankful for the people in your life that helped you get there. So thank you so much, sir. I appreciate it.